Hey guys, on this channel, I'll be documenting my journey and my, I guess, bank account transformation, financial transformation, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, as you saw in the title of the video, how I went from negative net worth to making 600 per hour. That's quite the title, and the number of hours I make 600 is very very limited. Like maybe twice in a month, uh, like making that much in an hour. But that's where we're at right now. That's still not bad. That's still not bad. Uh, but yeah, I'll just go into it. So basically, late August, pretty bad financial situation, right? By the gym I signed a contract with. Like the contract had some stuff I didn't read about. That's a new lesson for me. Some stuff I didn't read about, right? And like they could like keep charging me even if like I wasn't using it at all, and like I couldn't cancel things like that. So basically, at the end, they were threatening to send me to collections, which would be terrible for my credit score, and I want my credit card limit to be as high as possible, so I don't have any payment processing issues down the line. Uh, or issues mitigating payment processing issues. But yeah, so that was the situation I was right. Like I was also I am doing ecom, right, and at the time, like I had no money for ecom, so that was also another stress, right? So to go from like negative net worth to where I am now, uh, there were actually two things I focused on, right? And that was one, generating cash flow, right? Cash flow, it could be anything. Like, I don't care if you're working as a cashier, as long as you're generating cash flow, you're generating cash flow. Since February, I've been working on my sales skill set. So for me, it made sense to do something sales related. I um, I became a closer, right? The ticket isn't too high, right? So I guess I can't say I'm a high ticket closer, uh, but it's I'll just say it's between 1 to 5K ticket. I won't say exactly how much because I'm not supposed to say that. I guess I don't know. I just feel like that's something I shouldn't say online. Uh, but uh, yeah, so went from that to now being a closer. My closing rate is like 35%, between 35 to 40, which is awesome. But yeah, like I like 2 times in October, uh, I had I broke the cash collected in a day record twice. So those were the days where like I was doing the 600 per hour you see in the title of the video. But yeah, those moments come rarely. So take it with a grain of salt. I'm not that rich yet. Uh, but yeah, focus on cash flow, right? I used skill sets I've acquired in the past in order to generate some cash flow. If you don't have any skill sets, I don't know, maybe you're a student, do some tutoring, right? It's not that hard. It could be any skill set. Any skill set could be monetizable. But if you're really, really stuck, then go do part time cashier. I'm not going to judge you, right? If you're generating cash flow, you're generating cash flow. So that's step number one. Step number two is to track your daily P&L, which stands for profit and loss. And the reason you want to do that is so uh, you have a very tight idea of how much money is coming in, and you also have like a daily high score you could set every day. So uh, because before, like I wasn't tracking anything financially, so like I burned like after I graduated, I probably had somewhere between 2 to 2.5K in the account, and like I burned through it like that just because I was tracking my financials. I was tracking whatever I was spending in business outside of ecom, whatever, right? So that's the first thing. You have to track your daily P&L so you know how much you're making. How I structure this is I usually take total income minus total expenses, right? And then take away 10% for donations, right? Be a good person. And you take away another 10% for free spending, do whatever you want, right? What I do is I usually buy a book or I do some favors for other people. But yeah, having that 10% free spending will motivate you, and it's also not too much money. So you're like, you're gonna fight for every dollar you make. Uh, but just like seeing that daily high score every day is gonna do wonders for you, and you're gonna be very, very responsible with your finances because obviously you want your the 10% of profit that you can spend. You want that to be as high as possible because 10% of your total profit is a very small amount to be spending, but just high enough to motivate. So yeah, that's the two things you got to do, right? Generate cash flow, whether it be skill sets or not. P&L statements. If you want to get my P&L spreadsheet, uh, you could send me a DM on Instagram. Um, I'll put the link to my IG account in the description. I'll send it to you. And if you have like any questions, I mean, you could ask in the comments, but you could also DM me if you want. So that's what's up. And now that I covered like the title and the topic of this video, it's just like the first documentation video of my journey. I want to go into why I'm documenting the process, right? So the reason I'm documenting the process is because of two things, right? One is because I used to document my weight loss journey on Instagram, right? Which helped a lot, just staying accountable, right? Just because I wanted to do really well and then brag about it a little bit on social media, uh, as a lot of people do. But yeah, so number one was just having that accountability. And number two is because I feel like documenting the process will be a very reflective process to me, right? Obviously, I want to be able to know where I was, where I'm going. Also, I want to focus on the present too, right? Focusing where I am now and be grateful, right? I wasn't too grateful about where I am now until I started recording this, like making this video. And then I'm like, shoot, right? I actually done something since August. So yeah, just having that reflection, being more grateful for the present, and having a clear structure for how the future is going to be. So that's it for today's video. Gonna document tomorrow too, and hopefully I have something new to talk about again. Uh, I want to have something to brag about every day, so let's get it.